Today's Dharma talk is called Looking at the Mind. Master Han Shan never really had any interest in the worldly ways. He never felt drawn to riches, power, or fame. He loved listening to Dharma talks, saying that a wonderful feeling would come over me as I listened, as if the Dharma was a song I once knew but I had forgotten. And now I was hearing snatches of a melody, a few bars here and there that I could recognize, though not yet put together to reconstruct the song. One day, Master Wuji said to him, "Be like a mountain and always hold its presence in your mind." This visual really resonated with Han Shan, and he used it as a guiding light in his practice. Be like a mountain and always hold its presence in your mind. He trained this way for a long time, but he was still having trouble controlling his mind. Another practice he tried was to continually mentally recite the Buddha's name, Buddha, Buddha. But still, this did not quell his moving mind. One day, Master Yungu gave Han Shan the koan, "Who is repeating the Buddha's name? Who is repeating the Buddha's name?" For years, he traveled from temple to temple, training under many different masters. One day, he heard a story of an enlightened Brahmin who went back to visit the home he had left as a child. Though the Brahmin's hair was white and he had aged considerably, a neighbor was still able to recognize him. "Hey, you're the man who used to live here," he said. But the Brahmin smiled and explained that that man was dead, and that what the neighbor was seeing was merely his image. Master Han Shan shared about this event. "So, this is what it meant when your illusory, constantly changing ego self dies. You can realize your one true and permanent nature, your immutable Buddha self. Only appearances can change. The underlying reality cannot change." I wanted my ego to die back like that Brahmin's. I wanted to take refuge in my Buddha self. I got up and went into the temple and prostrated myself before the altar. Everything suddenly seemed so clear. Then, when I got up and started to leave, I stopped on the temple steps and looked with amazement at the courtyard. A strong wind had started to blow, tearing leaves off all of the trees. The air was filled with them, yet the leaves were motionless. They were just there, suspended in the air, and all was so serene. Finally, I had perceived something with my Buddha eye. So this was the whirlwind that destroys but does not move. And again I understood that the ego mind continuously moves like a flow of air or water. But what it actually sees is stable, a matrix with which all things pulse in and out of. Now I understood. My ego mind had decided that a certain configuration of matter was a leaf. And then my ego mind had decided to string together a series of images and to call that series movement. Blowing leaves. In reality, there was no I standing there on the steps. There were no steps. There was neither wind nor blowing leaf. My ego mind put arbitrary boundaries on matter and time and gave things name and form. But reality, perceived directly without my intervening ego mind, was nameless, formless, and timeless. Well, this was no small breakthrough. And for some reason, I suddenly had to go pee. And again, watching my urine stream out, everything stopped. experiencing the eternal moment I saw with my Buddha eye. Now I knew nothing is born and nothing can die. Everything simply is. Later on, he composed this teaching. Look at what your body is. It is not you, but an image in the mirror of awareness, just like the reflection of the moon on the water. Look at what your mind is. It is not the thoughts and feelings that appear within it, but the bright knowing space that holds them. When not a single thought arises, your mind is open, perceptive, serene, and luminous. It is complete as great all-embracing space and holds all kinds of wondrous aspects. Your mind does not come or go away, has no particular shape nor a special way of being, but a many great beneficial qualities come all forth from this one knowing being. It does not depend on material existence. Material existence covers it up. Do not cling to deluded thoughts. These give birth to illusory phenomena. Closely investigate this mind, which is a knowing emptiness, not containing a thing. When you are suddenly flooded with emotions, your vision gets unclear and your experience confused. Then, at once, bring your presence of mind and gather all your strengths to reflect. The clouds will disperse and the sky will clear. The sun of awareness spreads brightly its light. If no feelings or thoughts arise within, no worrying circumstances found without. So where lies the original reality of all that has characteristics? If you can be aware of a thought as it arises, this awareness dissolves the thought at once. Sweep away whatever state of mind may come. Be present and aware, and you will be free. Good and evil, internal or external, transform when you turn towards the heart of it. Worldly and spiritual forms come into being through what you think. Using a mantra and looking at your mind are means to polish the mirror of awareness. Once the obscurations have been removed, they have no more use and can be dropped. All great and deep spiritual abilities are already complete within your mind, and you can roam as you wish to the Pure Land or Heavenly Palace. There is no need to seek the truth, as your mind is from the start already enlightened. When ripe, all things are fresh and new. When fresh and new, they are inherently already ripe. Day and night, all things are wondrous, and you will have faith in whatever you meet. The above is what you need to know regarding the mind. My comments. From the beginning, the true empty light of mind has always been shining. It takes a good friend to show you your original face. It is empty, stable, and clear. Leave behind thoughts, concepts, and ideas. Then you'll discover the truth, and the mirror of awareness will become your refuge. This awareness is beyond thinking, beyond concepts, beyond ideas, yet the empty knowingness is still there. It's limitless like space. Freedom will be yours at all times and in all places, and you will see how the mind makes the 10,000 things appear. No mind, and there is no problem. So look into the mind and discover freedom for yourself. The body is always changing and not the true self. So don't become attached. Feelings are always changing and not the true self. So don't become attached to them. Ideas, thoughts, and memories are always changing and are not the true self. So do not become attached to those either. Look into the space in which body, feelings, ideas, thoughts, and memories arise. Look into that space. See into the suchness of mind and become disenchanted from all the comings and goings. Then life is seen to be like a dream, a bubble floating on the water, a magical illusion. Just put it all down and rest in the radiant emptiness and experience truth for yourself. If you want to be a free person, then take your new friend's words to heart. You are a Buddha. Your Buddha nature is just temporarily covered over by adventitious things. Adventitious because they're only temporary phenomena and do not touch or taint the true mind. Chew the koan and rest in the radiance of awareness. Come back home to your true self, a place that you've never actually ever left. For in truth is beyond all comings and goings or birth and death. Guys want to meditate for a little bit more? You guys want to finish at 8:45 instead of 9? Is 9 too late? 8:45 is good?
8:45 is good. I'm good with, yeah.
Yeah?
If
Okay.
others aren't.
Okay. So we can sit. Even during this meditation, when we open our eyes, really look at that empty clarity in which all things arise in. How the true mind isn't tainted or affected by all of this changing environment. How it's clear and stable like a mirror. Okay? That's it. Keep the spine straight. For this first part, you can close your eyes again if you want it. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Mindfully aware of the chair beneath you, or the floor, or the cushion. Really embracing and falling into this posture. Stable. Be like a mountain. Stable. Just like Han Shan's teacher said to him, be like a mountain. Body is stable like a mountain. Voice is calm and silent like a perfectly still lake. And mind is open and spacious, just like a clear blue sky. Soften the shoulders. Soften the jaw. Soften the cheeks. Soften and release the eyes and the eyebrows. And the forehead, sides of the head, back of the head. Breath still flowing naturally. Now the top of the head. Really savor this calm. Savor this stability. If you're feeling calm and stable, I invite you now to gently open your eyes. Let attention rest in front of you just briefly for a moment. Then release attention into the spaciousness of the room around you. Just keep a mind that clings to nothing whatsoever. Open and free. Just sit deeply in this moment. Nothing to do. Breath flowing naturally. If the mind is unstable, running away with thoughts and distractions, chew the koan and sync it with the breath. Ah, da, ah, da. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see everybody next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Many blessings. Have a good night's sleep.
You too, Ian.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.